Do you think he potentially was like, you know what, I might be hanging him up here anyway in 2025?
Doesn't seem like that, Ryan, from the way this is played out, right? Because I thought one of the, like, when I started thinking about how this could play out, I thought one of the possibilities was, they have this conversation, and if Aaron felt the Jets were lukewarm on him or not, or even worse, just not even coming back, like, he would say, okay, I think I'm going to retire. I don't really want to go join another team. And I think if that had been the conversation last week, the Jets and Rodgers' side would have held this news in, and he would have announced it himself. I think the Jets would have let Aaron Rodgers announce he was retiring at some point, however he wanted to do that. The fact that this news came out on Sunday through Glazer, my read was that Aaron or someone in his camp put that out there. I don't think the Jets were the ones putting it out there. You never know, but that's just my read. And so I think he wanted to be known, like, he's available, and I think this is just me reading the tea leaves, right? I don't have any information on this, but I think if he was to retire, Ryan, he would have announced his retirement, and that's how this news would have. We would have never known the Jets said we're not interested, right? Like, he would have walked away, and the Jets would have wanted that too. Because look, the Jets are bending over backwards here to be respectful of him, like with these statements and stuff. So clearly they want this to be a nice, clean breakup. And I think if he wanted to retire, they would have just let him do that.
Frankie Vinarini from U Stadium. How you doing, bud? What's your reaction to the Aaron Rodgers era being over?
Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing? Listen, I think it was time. It was time. Sometimes timelines don't work out. I don't see, why so many fans are up in arms about this. I think this was a foregone conclusion. I guess that we were in this win now window, but when you saw a first-time OC, when you saw a first-time head coach come in here, first-time GM, what Tanner Angstrand specifically, I think, might have been the biggest variable in all this because of what he might want to do offensively. We can all speculate because we don't know, but I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that he wants to do with pre-snap motion and a lot of RPO kind of things. And he wants to run a new age style of offense. And I think from what we've seen, Rye and Kaz all year, it's an outdated style. It's a key in on your wide receiver one or your first read, try to force it there. He doesn't have the legs anymore to kind of improvise and make things happen on a broken down play like he used to. And I just think it was time to move on. And like Kaz was saying, and I think Rossini also mentioned this, the Rodgers really didn't want to necessarily come back. He sort of wanted the Jets to sort of beg for him to come back, and I don't think they were ready to do that. So this is the right way. I want that quarterback room to finally become a place where you can bring a rookie in, you can develop a new system, a new way of playing offense. And I think Rodgers not being there can only help that, in my opinion. Tyrod's there, bring in a veteran free agent quarterback if you find the need to, and then draft a kid. So I think moving forward, we can finally clear this stench and then just say, we can breathe and say that it feels like a weight on our shoulders, doesn't it? All these expectations and Aaron and everything that comes with him, it's gone. You can start fresh, new, young minds, first timers, which could be bad in a way, but yeah. I mean, but you know what I mean? It's nice.
Frankie, you sound like a guy trying to talk himself into this, frankly.
I am. Absolutely. I 100% am. You read me like a book.
You guys could be good. There's no hope. There's no expectations. It's like a weight off my shoulder.
I am trying to tell.
Understand.
You get where I'm coming from, right? A little bit.
I understand the segment of the fan base that's upset. I get it. Like, the alternatives aren't, like, there's no alternative right now on paper that you're like, okay, like, that's better week one. Like, let's pick an opponent. They're playing the Buffalo Bills week one, okay? Do you feel better if it's Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback or Tyrod Taylor's your quarterback? Aaron Rodgers. Like,
obviously, yeah.
Got it. Aaron Rodgers or a rookie? Aaron Rodgers. Like, there's no alternative that makes you feel better about right now. You have to kind of step back and say, this is about the big picture. This is about Aaron Glenn establishing himself here and making the Jets a winning program beyond week one, right? Like, this isn't about winning week one. This isn't about even 2025. And I get it. It's a tough pill to swallow because you guys have been through so much crap for 14 years and everyone just wants this playoff drought to end. What I would say is the way we look at things on paper oftentimes doesn't work out the way on the field. So you never know. Like the 49ers didn't know what they had in Brock Purdy, right? I would argue the Eagles didn't really know what they had in Jalen Hurts for a while there, right?
Yeah.
Like the best quarterbacks aren't always the number 1 and number 2 picks, as Jets fans well know. So, who knows? We'll see what their plan is as the months unfold here. But I don't think all is lost.
No.
But there's definitely risk involved. But we saw there was risk involved with Rodgers too.